Welcome, welcome, Scorpio, to your weekly reading for September 16th through the 21st. This week is particularly special because we have the solar eclipse in Virgo on Sunday, September 21st. This is a day that's going to spark new beginnings, and you won't be able to ignore those. And also, it's just a time for reflection, for resetting, for realigning yourself this week. So, if you are a master manifester or you just manifest in general, Sunday is the day to do it. Bring in those energies, manifest what you want in your life, and catapult those results. Okay. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for everyone. Roles can be reversed, so please apply those as they fit. As always, cross watchers are welcome. Let's see what moon energy we have for you this week. Scorpio, you've got your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon card. So I feel like some of you are in a connection that is a little bit challenging for you this week. You guys might find like you're in misaligning, um, kind of butting heads a little bit. I feel like this is and it doesn't have to be a love connection per se. It could also be a partnership or some sort of business partnership that you um are in, that you find that there's just a tad bit of friction this week. You may not be communicating on the same frequency, or you may be having disagreements that you're not necessarily happy about this week. So let's get a little bit more information via tarot and see what that's about. For others, I do feel like your commitment is being tested in the fact that you're not putting your all to what you're trying to kind of achieve this week. So if you have some sort of job, or I'm getting someone doesn't like their job. They're not happy with what they do on a daily basis. They've been planning on going, entrepreneur. I feel like you're just not putting 100 because you feel like you really need to get more out of what you're doing. You're just not loving what you do. And this week, it's being tested, right? Like you are being either pushed to do what you want to do, right? If you want to go in the entrepreneur world, I feel like the universe is kind of pushing that energy towards you. Like, what are you going to do about, what changes are you making to bring this into fruition, to manifest it, right? I feel like this coming out this week, specifically with the solar eclipse, is a good opportunity for you to manifest what it is that you really want out of your life. If you don't have a job that you like, then manifest a new one. If you're in a relationship that you do not like, manifest a new one. If you're in a partnership that you do not like, manifest a new one, or manifest upgrading, or manifest a change, or manifest new connection roles, right? So if you do love the person you're with, but things are a little bit rocky, manifest that things get better between you two. Whatever you want, whatever outcome you want, I think this is the week that you need to really tap into that, specifically because it's clear as day that you're struggling with it. Okay. So let's see what tarot has to say. You've got the Lovers, the Knight of Wands, Strength card, and the 10 of Coins. So this is definitely love. I see here. Some of you again are being tested with this love connection. It could be you guys are kind of having like a little rough patch, and you're contemplating whether you want to stay or go, or this could be vice versa. It could be your partner who's establishing or displaying these types of behaviors, and they're giving you these subtle cues that you're not really picking up on, right? I do feel like you're going to come out strong, either outcome, and it will work out for the both of you, but it's only going to be after you really do some reflecting on what you're contributing to the connection. The connection is pretty solid. Like you can really make it work if you want to. It's not completely done and over with. And I do feel like some of you have some sort of soul connection with someone that you truly really are in love with, but things are just a little bit rocky this week for you guys. It could be about finances too. I just got that where somebody maybe I feel like someone is like overspending or doesn't really contribute to the household, and that may cause some sort of friction, or someone makes more money than others with the strength card. I do see that here, and that may be causing some sort of inferior, I can never say that word, inferiority feelings for someone. It could be that your spouse, if you're a man, your wife makes more money and you're feeling like you're not, you're kind of questioning what your contribution is. And you know how some people really feel funny about their partner making more money, and that could be an argument that I see here happening as well. So again, the connection doesn't look totally doomed. It just looks like we've got to really figure out what we want to do and kind of discuss what the best outcome is for everyone. Okay. Ace of Wands, Six of Cups, and the Death card. So for others, I do feel like, again, with this Ace of Wands, communication is key. Okay. Ace of Wands really tells us to have some sort of willpower. There is energy and desire in this connection, specifically with the Six of Cups right beside it, which tells me that there is definitely some sort of childlike energy keeping you guys together. So at some point, this person was your ideal person. I just feel like we've got to ump the ante when it comes to communication. Otherwise, we may see some sort of the separation or ending that could have been avoided had we just listened. Okay. I do feel like we are someone's like growing apart because they're not being listened to. Okay. So if this is you not listening to your partner, this is your sign to do just that. Have full length conversations that will strengthen your relationship, because I do see that the connection has hope. I just feel like someone is neglecting far more than they should. Okay. Um, yeah, you just have to see things from that person's put yourself in your partner's shoes, in other words, is what I'm getting. Make sure you put yourself in your partner's shoes. Maybe you guys can go on some sort of retreat together. I do feel like some of you are going to travel. So very possible that on this trip, you may have like heart-to-heart conversations that will reignite the love and the passion between you two. I do see that here. For others, I do feel like it's all a matter of really truly investing in your partner. Maybe your partner feels like you don't dedicate enough time to them. So definitely take time to set apart and allow the relationship to kind of blossom and grow, um, so you both can get in better spaces as far as connections concerned. Because I do feel like some of you are really disconnecting because the arguments are pretty frequent at this point. Mm. Okay, so this is for a very small few of you guys, but there's been some sort of third party here. So I don't know if maybe in the past there was a third party, or you learn of a third party this week, where your person is spending money on this third party, and that's, you get word of it, or you see some sort of bank statement, or you see a credit card statement. That's for very few of you, but there is something that comes in that lets you know that they may be spending their money elsewhere. And so because of the commitment is going to be tested in ways that you possibly did not see coming. And you're going to have to be forced to make a decision this week to stay or go, make it work, figure out, whether or not it's worth it, so on and so forth. Yeah, you're gonna be really in your head. Like that shit is gonna, some of you are debating whether or not you even want to bring up the conversation because you know it's gonna cause a huge argument. But it's a conversation that needs to be had specifically with this solar eclipse. The energies are going to force you to, you'll be able to hold it, but you won't be able to hold it very long because the energies just in general are going to force you to really be proactive when it comes to asking these uncomfortable questions and or having these uncomfortable um conversations. Okay. On another note, money is going to be great. I do feel like some of you may have like some sort of financial windfall this week. um Yeah, there's definitely money coming in some way, shape, or form. Some of you may have side incomes or side gigs that may come about this week where you earn just a little bit more of money. For some of you, you may have someone who's going to be giving you some money this week. I do see that. Or some sort of bonus that may be coming in. That's for very few of you too. All right, Scorpio, that's all I have for you this week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I shall see you in the next one. Namaste. Bye.